As lawmakers continue talks on how to fix a spike in juvenile crimes, terrifying car thefts keep happening. The latest incident occurred in West Hartford last night when a 16-year-old is accused of stealing a car in broad daylight with a 2-year-old in the back seat. Luckily, that child was returned to its parents and was not hurt. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Mike Savino talked with lawmakers about how we can fix this, and he joins us with the mobile newsroom in Hartford. Mike, what are they telling you?
Well, a lot of the focus continues to be on how to prevent these repeat offenders who both sides agree are largely responsible for these incidents. One thing police want is stronger penalties, including detention for some of these repeat offenders. Let's take a look at yesterday's incident as an example. As you mentioned, the 16-year-old realized that there was a 2-year-old in the back seat. So after a short drive, he stopped. He let the child he took the child out of the car. As you said, that child was reunited with his family. That 16-year-old then got back in the car and drove away. He continued to drive until police put down a spike strip. The 16-year-old then crashed the car, and that's when police took him into custody. I just talked to the lawmaker a couple of minutes ago who says that in this case, a judge did sign off on a detention order, but police say that in general, those detention orders are hard to get. Republicans say one way to help address that is to allow police to see a juvenile's criminal history. They are allowed to see that in adult cases, but not in juvenile cases. They say that this information would help them make the case to the judge to sign those detention orders. Meanwhile, Democrats say that one big piece of this has to be getting juveniles into diversionary programs sooner in hopes of keeping them out of trouble down the road.
But for those repeat offenders, and there may be 100 of them that cause the overwhelming majority of these crimes, we ought to know who they are. Judges ought to know who they are so they can come up with the right way to handle this.
The history is what's important here, because it's these repeat offenders that you hear a lot about that we're looking to really stop here.
As part of these ongoing talks, lawmakers actually met with police chiefs and the Department of Children and Families on Tuesday. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 4:30, I'll tell you more about some of the solutions they're talking about. For now, live from the mobile newsroom, Mike Savino, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.